Uncle YouTube, y'all don't know me out 5. Guys, I know most of y'all are always thinking, how the fuck do I enter flow state on command? How do I just lock in? How can I just be Manny? You know, I know you guys ask yourselves every day that same question. And look, you can't be Manny, but you can be yourself. So, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to enter flow state whenever you want.
Most people think this magical thing called flow state, that feeling where you're unstoppable, laser-focused, and time disappears, is reserved for professional athletes, world-class musicians, or genius inventors. But that belief is dead wrong. Flow state isn't magic. It's not something that only the elite can access. In fact, science shows it's simply the result of specific, repeatable conditions, which means if you understand the formula, you can trigger flow anytime you want. Yes, you watching this video can get into the zone as easily as an Olympic sprinter or a top chess player. Let me show you how. Flow is not random. It's been studied for decades.
Would you rather psychologist Mihaly be with a 7 with a personality or a 10 with no personality? Bro, 7 with a personality. Sorry, guys.
Csikszentmihalyi spent his career researching what
I need somebody that's gonna make me laugh, gang. I can't just be with a girl that's not gonna make me laugh. Like, I'm gonna be with a 10 and she is there just looking like at me like, oh, like no vibes. Like, ain't nobody trying to do that. We need some vibes.
Optimal experience. And what he found is that flow consistently appears when certain conditions are met. Let me give you a picture. Imagine you're playing piano. If the piece is way too easy, you get bored and check out. If the piece is insanely hard, you get frustrated and quit.
Yeah.
But when the music is just challenging enough to stretch you, but still within your skill level, you become completely absorbed. That's flow. Another example, video games. Ever wondered why games are so addictive? They're literally designed to keep you in flow. The levels get gradually harder as your skills improve. Clear goals, instant feedback, the right level of challenge. That's the flow formula in action. So the myth is, flow is mystical, rare, and reserved for the gifted. The truth is, flow is systematic, repeatable, and available to anyone who knows the formula. But
okay, so all you need to know is a formula. You gotta learn the formula, that you gotta win, and the progress is gonna get better. So you can just enter flow state.
Knowing this truth is only the beginning. Let's talk about the actual ingredients. There are 5 essential ingredients. Miss one, and you'll probably miss flow. Nail them all, and flow practically takes care of itself. Ingredient 1, clear, actionable goals. Your brain hates vagueness. Saying, I'm going to work on my project is useless, but saying, I'm going to write 200 words of my introduction paragraph is crystal clear. Flow requires focus, and focus requires clarity. Pro tip, before every work session, write down a single, measurable goal on a sticky note and keep it in sight. But even the clearest goals are worthless if the task itself doesn't push you into that sweet spot. Ingredient 2, the challenge skill balance. This is the heart of flow. It's into that sweet spot note and keep it in sight. But even the clearest goals are worthless if the task itself doesn't push you into that sweet spot. Ingredient 2, the challenge skill balance. This is the heart of flow. If something is too easy, you feel bored. If it's too hard, you feel anxious. But in that sweet spot, just hard enough to stretch you without breaking you, you enter flow. Ask yourself, does this task feel like a 7 out of 10 in difficulty? That's where you want to be. But here's the catch. Having the right challenge still won't matter if you keep getting yanked out of focus every 5 minutes. Ingredient 3, eliminate distractions. Flow is fragile. A single notification can pull you out, and it can take 20 minutes to get back in. Phones off, tabs closed, noise minimized. Think of it like creating a force field around your attention. Ingredient 4,
He's low-key cooking. He's low-key cooking. I ain't gonna lie. He's low-key cooking. Like, if you, that does make kind of sense. Like, think about it. Right before you do something, you just sit there. Plan out your goal. Have a sticky note. Look at it. What you're gonna do. Put out distractions and just focus on that. And just it clicks.
Ritual and environment. Your brain loves cues. That's why musicians have pre-show rituals and athletes have warm-ups. You need your own flow ritual. Maybe it's making a cup of coffee, putting on the same playlist, or lighting a candle. When you do it consistently, your brain learns, oh, this is focus time. Ingredient 5, intrinsic motivation. Flow thrives on meaning. If you're doing something only because your boss told you to, it's harder to get in the zone. But if you connect it to your own growth, curiosity, or future, you'll find flow easier. Put all 5 together, and you've built the foundation for flow. But here's the thing, knowing the ingredients is like having a map without a compass. You've got the terrain, but here's the thing, knowing the ingredients is like having a
Dominican Republic. Yeah, it looks like it.
Map without a compass. You've got the terrain, but without direction, you'll still get lost.
Yeah,
and
true.
That's exactly what we'll cover next. All right, let's get practical.
So you
Here's
guys
a
already got that
step-by-step
5
ritual
ingredients
you
to
can
do
use
this,
to enter
right?
flow anytime. Think of it like your personal launch sequence. Step 1. Decide what you're doing. Set one clear goal. Clear your desk, silence your phone, close extra tabs. Pick a time block, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. Step 2. Now create a ritual that signals the start. Maybe it's 3 deep breaths. Maybe it's opening your notebook and writing the date. Maybe it's playing a specific song. The ritual itself doesn't matter, it's the consistency. Over time, your brain will learn, when I do this, focus begins. Step 3. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait to feel ready. Just do the tiniest action. Write one sentence. Solve one problem. Draw one line. The brain loves momentum, and starting small removes resistance. Step 4. Once you're in, commit to single tasking. No switching, no checking. Stay with the task, even if it feels clumsy at first.
Okay.
Flow usually shows up after 10 to 15 minutes, not instantly. But if you stick with it, it will come. Step 5. Don't burn out. Stop while you still have energy. A pro trick: leave a sentence unfinished or a problem half done. That way, when you come back, your brain instantly re-enters flow by picking up the thread. This ritual is simple, but it's powerful. And if you repeat it enough,
Low-key,
your
I'm
brain will
gonna start
slipping
doing that
into
every time
flow
I go live.
almost automatically. What you do after flow matters
enter
just
flow
as much
state
as what you
easily.
do during it. So let's talk about the one ingredient almost nobody thinks about: recovery. Most people think the secret to more flow is to just push harder, grind longer, and stay locked in. But flow doesn't work like that. Flow is a peak state, and like any peak, it requires valleys. The science is clear. Your brain can't sprint forever. Neurochemicals like dopamine, norepinephrine, and endorphins flood your system when you're in flow. That's what makes it feel so amazing. But those chemicals don't stay high indefinitely. They need time to replenish. If you keep pushing without recovery,
Yeah, low key. I mean, my friends have been on my ass about that shit too. About like I need to sleep more. But it's like, bro, sometimes I think sometimes I feel like when I'm in flow state person and like I'm already like pushing, like I don't like sitting back. Like I think like now that like Christmas coming up, I am gonna like take some time to rest and like just work on my mind and like do a lot of meditation. You just gotta like slow down a little bit, like just like with that. But at the same time, like still want to keep going. Like, I still want to be streaming. I still want to be in here. I still want to be talking to people and being interactive. But still, like, focusing more on my health than social media for Christmas, you know?
don't just stall. You
And then
crash.
once,
Here's
like-
the counterintuitive
'cause
truth: recovery
recently,
isn't the enemy.
I just
of
been more
flow,
focused
it's
on
the
social
fuel
media
for
than
it.
my health.
Quality
So it's
sleep
like,
is where your
make
brain
a quick
resets
switch
and builds the
for that.
neural pathways that make flow easier next time. Movement, whether it's a workout, a walk, or even stretching, flushes stress and primes your nervous system for focus. Even boredom, those quiet moments where nothing is happening, actually recharge your attention span. That's why the best ideas often hit you in the shower, on a run, or right before sleep. Think of recovery as charging the battery that powers your deepest focus. Skip it,
Exactly.
and you'll burn out before you ever get into the zone. But honor it. Build in cycles of rest, reflection, and renewal, and flow becomes easier, faster, and more sustainable. Over the long run, the people who master recovery aren't the ones who work the hardest in one sprint. They're the ones who stay in the game long enough to experience flow again and again. Now, let me show you how to make flow state part of your life. Up to this point, we've been talking about flow as a tool, a way to get more done, stay focused, and feel better while working. But the truth is, flow can do more than help you finish a project. It can completely transform your life. Think about it. Most people drift through their days in distraction mode, checking their phone, half working, half resting, never fully present. Days blur into weeks, and nothing truly meaningful gets built. But when you start stacking flow sessions, something different happens. Your days stop feeling scattered. You start measuring time not in hours wasted, but in moments of deep immersion.
But I do feel like personally, I feel like I do have like a structure like of how my day kind of goes through. Like go to sleep at around 2, 3 a.m. Wake up, go to the gym, eat, class, track my calories, track my workouts, track my food. So it's like I do feel like I'm in a flow state like that. Just kind of just like every day does feel like it goes by quick, but at the same time I am getting done what I gotta get done. So it kind of feels like I'm just like hitting each point day by day.
Instead of life happening to you, you're living
You know what I'm
inside it fully. Flow rewires your brain. Each time you enter it,
The only
you
thing I
train
need
your
is to
attention
stress
to
more,
prefer
bro.
depth over distraction. Your confidence grows because you're constantly proving to yourself that you can handle challenge, learn faster, and push through resistance. And your sense of meaning expands because flow connects you with the joy of growth. You stop just doing tasks and start experiencing life as a series of challenges that reveal your best self. And here's where it gets powerful. Flow isn't limited to work. You can bring it into fitness, relationships, creativity, even
Everything.
rest. Imagine workouts where time disappears and progress accelerates. Conversations where you're so present that the other person feels truly seen. Creative sessions where ideas
Wow.
pour out faster than you can
Yeah,
capture
I've been
them.
trying
Even
like I've been
walks,
thinking about
cooking,
starting like a new show. I've been thinking about starting Breaking Bad. What do you guys think? Breaking Bad, is that like a good show? I've been like really like seeing it a lot recently on my For You page, and I kind of want to watch it, but I don't know if I should like start it now or like when I go back home for break.
or hobbies can become flow experiences when you set the
But
right conditions.
I need
So
to like
yes,
go
flow
into
makes you
flow
more
state while I'm
productive,
watching
but
that
more
show.
importantly, it makes life richer, fuller, and more alive. Because in the end, the goal isn't just to get into flow more often. The goal is to build a life where flow is the default, not the
Exactly.
exception. All right, let's recap. Flow isn't random. It's not mystical. It's systematic. The formula is simple. Clear goal, right challenge, no distractions. Consistent ritual. Protect it once you're in it. Follow this and you can enter flow anytime you want. Imagine how much faster
You guys
could
got it?
learn,
You guys got
how
it?
much more you could create.
You guys got it? Or one more time, one more time.
Flow isn't random.
Listen,
It's
clear
not
goal.
mystical, it's systematic.
Okay,
The formula
start
is
up,
simple.
start up.
Clear goal, right challenge, no distractions. Consistent ritual. Protect it once you're in it. Follow this
That's
and you
it.
can enter flow anytime you
All
want.
those five
Imagine
things
how
that you
much
good,
faster
gang.
you could learn, how much more you could
And
create,
your life could
how
change
much
in the next
lighter
6
your
months.
work would feel. If focus wasn't
If
a
you just
fight,
do all
but
those
a
5
natural
things.
state you could step into whenever you chose. But here's the thing. Flow only works if you can actually focus long enough to get into it. And that's where most people struggle. That's why I made another video called The Secret Behind the Fastest Way to Focus. That's where the real transformation
Type shit. And I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.